Leonardo Award is a very special event, I feel. You have the most extraordinary group of people here who are passionate about learning, and in my own field of the arts, I'm equally passionate. So to be able to actually meet with people who are in the business world, in the academic world, and have a wide view of what's happening globally is a tremendous opportunity to actually exchange ideas and to just come together and actually have a wonderful time talking about learning.
Because I've been thinking about Leonardo for a long time. He has fascinated me because of the square and the circle and how they relate not just to the model of the Vitruvian Man, but to you and I. And so my question has been, for the last 3 months, how do we interrelate the square and the circle? And what does that mean to each of us?
These days we conclude the United Nations Decade of Education for Sustainable Development. This means everything but ceasing in our efforts to advocate and promote education on a global scale. The decade has been, I think so, an extremely successful campaign, but the battle is all but won.
We have managed to involve and recruit a lot of excellent, passionate people for the Leonardo. You all. So thank you all for your involvement and your passion.
Inspiration is at the heart of Leonardo's philosophy. Fresh thinking, bridging the gaps between sectoral topics, disciplines and structures. I'm very happy to be here tonight and to be part of the ceremony rewarding this year's laureates. Mrs. Jenner and Mr. Griede, you will receive the Leonardo Award in the categories of Crossing Borders and Company Transformation. I would like to congratulate you on your project and on your courage to act as drivers of change, to open learning spheres without borders or structural, social or geographical kind. To think beyond the well-known and to rethink links and structures, all by integrating much more than economic well-being.
We started with an Italian Renaissance song, O che felice giorno, and it is just celebrating a beautiful day, so we really thought that fit to this situation. Let me use this moment to welcome also our Renaissance band, our musicians who are playing on original Renaissance instruments.
The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. And now my question is, are we sometimes thinking about calling the crazy ones in our corporations? And if we are not doing this, we will build a corporation like Apple. And now coming back to thought leadership. For my opinion, what I recognize with Hasso-Plattner is this is thought leadership. He went out to see people who tried to help others to do that better, to look for the crazy ones, the people who thought differently, brought them back, first founded with them together a school, brought the school back to their own country and brought this idea in their own corporation to disturb the routines and to create something new thing. So this would be two questions: whether we are able to raise those people who are the crazy ones, the misfits, the troublemakers, and I think this is the honor of Hasso Plattner.
We are going to have a little bit of examination of the awardees. Quizzes. This is about disruptive thinking. So, what is the hidden value of SAP?
You could say that SAP has a balance sheet of roughly 20 billion of size, probably a bit more next year, but we can go with 20 billion. And then we have a stock market value, which is fluctuating, sometimes more than we would hope, but it's certainly above 60 billion euro. So where do these 40 billion of value come from that are not on our balance sheet?
Is it party making?
Well, I think we don't give too bad parties, especially on our customer affairs, but ultimately I think it's in the heads and in the potential of our people. Yeah, it's in their skills, it's in the belief that the market has that in the future we will be generating values, and which in our industry we can only generate via our people, that will actually make SAP a stronger and more valuable asset to have a share in. So I think it's basically what you would call the Wissenskapital in German.
Deputy Minister of Germany's largest federal state, where no less than 700,000 students are being educated, I will say every bright mind is worth the effort. We should not lose a single talent. Let us waste none of our opportunities. Your resume, Caroline, has an encouraging message for all of us. If you can, go ahead and do it.
I have to say that this award isn't about me. It's about a fantastic network of organizations and people. There are 850 people working in the Junior Achievement Young Enterprise Europe network as staff people. There are thousands of young people and alumni, so it's a huge platform. And I feel very privileged that I can represent them. I'm an adopted European, and I've spent half my life in Europe and half my life in Canada. And so I think that to receive such an essential, quintessential European award means a lot. I'm very proud to receive it. One of the things that we are trying to teach young people is that there's all kinds of people to pick them up off the floor if they fall down. Show them that there's a world of support out there for them, but that they have to give it a try. They must try.
Mr. Grieder, you foster a culture of mutual understanding and awareness of diverse environments in production and learning infrastructures in order to enable highest competitiveness around the world.
It's a question of concentration, of focus. We are not a very big company. We, of course, have funds. But we also have to take care of it. So we try to focus and we said education is very important for us. As I tried to show you, we need very good people, we need the best people, and that's why this is and was a focus of us. I don't think this will change in the future. We learned that we can really be good at things, what we do, if we get the right people in it. I think this motivation has really gone through the company, and I expect also when I leave, the company will still keep these standards high and will continue this program. Every year, at least, I visit 2 CEOs. I go there and see and try to understand what they do. And it really is impressive how many things you can see in other companies. You always feel you are the best company, you really do the things well, of course, but I can tell you, you see so many new things if you go into other companies, very good things you can take into your company as well. So I try also today and every day again to learn also from others how they do it.
Arundhati Roy, one of the authors Schirmacher opened the features section for, being convinced of her sincerity, however controversial her contributions, may accompany us with poetic words in her essay, The End of Imagination. To love, to be loved, to never forget your own insignificance, to never get used to the unspeakable violence and the vulgar disparity of life around us, to seek joy in the saddest places, to pursue beauty to its lair, to never simplify what is complicated or complicate what is simple, to respect strength, never power. Above all, to watch, to try and understand, to never look away, and never, never to forget.
And now, with the help of the 3 prize winners, we'd like to put together what belongs together. So please come to stage, the 3 prize winners, and help us having the circle in front of the square, as we learned it from Leonardo.
Leonardo has a long way to go yet. We're just off the starting blocks, I think. And it's very exciting to be here at the beginning of Leonardo. This is my 3rd one, although the Leonardo Awards have been running for 5 years. But it's very exciting, and we have discussions about how it's going to enlarge and who we're going to make collaborations with, because of course the whole field of learning is changing all the time. So of course Leonardo has to adapt and stay current.
We're planting questions. We're not only giving an award that we all have to work on for the next years. And the more we can see that as a lively community, the better it could be.